Welcome back to Ladies of Another View, and I want to welcome back our guest, Curtis T. Hill Jr. with Project 21. You can go to the nationalcenter.org to learn more about Project 21 and so much more. Curtis, the last segment we got into the topic of abortion and how harmful that is. And we have another topic too, but can you just comment on what a genocide it is for the Black community to be pushing abortion?
I can give you a quick information on that. Back in 1960, we had about 18 million blacks in the country, in America. Over the past 50 years, we killed 22 million black babies.
Could you say those
in,
numbers one more time for me? I just want to make sure I heard
in
that.
1960, we had a population of black Americans were 18 million. Between 1973 and 2023, we killed over 22 million black babies.
Ugh.
If those black babies had not been killed, many of them would have gone on to be parents, grandparents. The population of Black America now, which is about 47, 48 million, would be double.
Wow. Wow.
So
that should bring a real sense of urgency as to what occurred in over the course of the abortion period.
So when people are talking about racism, and again, we see that it's the far left that are the racists. And I wanted to show you a clip, some of the stuff going on at the university level and the DEI programs. We want equality. We want everybody to get an equal education. And like Charlie Kirk would say, he wants us to be colorblind. And I thought we were moving in that direction, but I don't know. Things got messed up along the way. But let's take a look at this clip and you can react to it.
What made you think something was wrong?
Well, I thought something was wrong for a while. I didn't realize how wrong it was until 2019, when a keynote address at the primary conference for my field, college composition and communication.
Melt the steel bars of racism and white language supremacy.
The keynote argued that, among other things, teaching standard English to students of color, particularly black students, is inherently racist.
If you use a single standard to grade your students' languaging, you engage in racism.
It's racist to teach black kids standard English. That perpetuates white supremacy.
Yes, that's the idea, right? And even the presence of white professors is a problem. That does some kind of psychic harm to students of color. So I heard that, thought it was a bit misguided, and said so on a listserv in my field, the Writing Program Administrators listserv. I put it out there basically in a long-form way, asking, is this really a good idea? Is this the best way to go about this? And what ensued was hardly a conversation. It was more like a social media mobbing session.
Instead of a discussion, people called you racist. Do you enjoy using Western modes of argument to invalidate people of color? Check your privilege.
Yeah. Oh, that old chestnut. Check your privilege. Yeah, that happened. And it happened because what they saw in me was a bigger threat than anything they've seen before. A black person saying it's okay to teach black students standardized English.
Why is that a threat?
It's a threat because when a white person does it, oh, of course you don't understand this. But when I do it, it's a more difficult challenge, right? So they have to, pull out all the stops.
In my full interview with former diversity officer Eric Smith, he gives more insight about what turned him against DEI training. You can watch at johnstossel.com.
Curtis, what do you think of that?
Well, kudos to Mr. Smith for realizing the truth of what's going on in our education system. The idea that we need to dummy down our education or not teach standard English to particular factions. I mean, if we have those of foreign influence coming into our country, do we just continue to teach them their own language, or do we want them to assimilate into our culture? America is a strong nation, a strong culture, and we want everybody to be able to participate. When I was a little boy, I used to read Shakespeare in the sixth grade. Uh, did that harm me? Did that create some type of a problem for me? Uh, uh, it's unbelievable that there's a thought that we harm Black children by teaching them standard English. I want to teach them superior English. I want them to speak the King's English so that they can get ahead in life. I want them to have every advantage that's possible through our education system. But when I hear this, it makes me almost go off the rails that there's actually people silly enough to believe that there's some validity in that concept.
Amen to that. And when you look at worldwide, like you said, to excel, to exceed, succeed, it's not just America that they need to know their English language well. All over the world, that is kind of a standard place to start with a lot of things when it comes to business, when it comes to relationships. It's kind of a bridge type language, don't you agree?
I do agree, and one of the things that Mr. Strauss's guest, Mr. Smith, also pointed out was that Black conservatives are targeted because of their ability to speak the truth and present perhaps what the left fears most, that we have the secret sauce that's going to wake up the Black community to say, why over the last 60 years have you continued to allow this crap to be peddled that's diminishing our communities? It doesn't mean that you need to listen and follow what I say, but have an open mind, evaluate this information firsthand, and determine, is it working? If we've looked at the policies that have been in place over the last 60 years, have they worked for the Black community? If the answer is yes, then keep doing it. But the answer is clearly no. Income gaps are still in place. Education gaps are still in place. All of the measuring sticks that are in place to determine Black success have slid, stalled, failed over these policies. Isn't it time to look at what we can do to improve our communities? And one of those things is making sure that our kids have the strongest possible education as possible and not trying to marginalize them into some type of Black speak, sort of suggest that they can only be limited to living in a particular neighborhood or having a particular job or a particular function. We want to be able to expand that base, not just Black kids, Latino kids, everyone. We want to live out the credo, equal justice under the law.
Well, when you say that, I just got to jump in one more comment. To get rid of the whole color thing, where Charlie wanted us to be colorblind, right? I mean, we're talking about any kind of ethnic group. Anyone that's impoverished.
Or put down instead of giving a hand up, right?
Yeah, any children that come from, whether it's a Chinese neighborhood, a Japanese neighborhood, I mean, for them to learn very fluid English, all nationalities.
It's the epitome. We have to, go ahead, Curtis, real quick. We have to go then.
Well, I'll let you go, and how about you have me come back later on for more.
Absolutely. I want to do a whole show.
I know. I'm like, I want this whole subject right now.
we would not run out of stuff to say because this kind of racism is insane. Like, really, you're against good education for any group? Like, that is the worst.
Right.
Well, let me tee this up. We have to look at getting rid of the protected class status that was intended to lift up people, but has been a failure and has created a conflict in class amongst the selectees. And that's how we get back to the original concept of equal protection.
Love it.
Yes. Amen.
You're
Thank
amazing.
you, Curtis.
Thank
we
you.
love you. We're definitely going to have you on again very soon. So thanks for joining us.
Take care.